Hello friends, my name is Harvinder. Today I am going to cover cloud computing and different deployment models in cloud computing in this video. So let us start like what was happening before cloud computing. So before cloud computing, if company has to set up his business, a small business, then what need to do? Company has to uh, has to invest some cost in infrastructure, like they have to take some servers, they have to set up network servers and then routers and lots of things to manage the entire infrastructure, right? And sometimes generally they face some problems like performance is not coming and some sort of security related things, then reliability related things they have to manage. So they have to think about all these things before setting up the business, before setting up the infrastructure, that which type of servers needs to take care, which types of servers would be suitable for this type, this much manpower, this much hosting, this much services. And apart from that, they have to onboard people as well for the for doing work in small company, small business, right? So apart from this, if we see that what all challenges they have to face before cloud computing, one thing is they had to invest lot much money on servers infrastructure, and also if we say that stress was also going, like if suppose infrastructure is set up now, take daily backup, need to take care of security perspective. If huge data is there, then how to secure that data, complete maintenance work, and in-house and suppose somehow their business they want to reduce some work, some business issue is there and they have to reduce servers, then that extra cost come on their head, and they how to reduce those servers, to whom they can give the servers and sell the servers. So such type of problems they face. So majorly you see big investment on resources, performance may be challenged later on, and also due to all these things, less time to focus on actual business, what need to do implementation, which type of people need to onboard, what type of value they can provide to public, and such kind of things actually they lack in such kind of these things due to all infrastructure issues. So to reduce all these things, if we see that after cloud computing, we have seen that these things become little bit easy. So let's see what cloud computing is. So let's take simple example. Suppose I have to store some file somewhere in my machine, and I have done some work, right? And now I have to go somewhere for maybe for some purpose, and I forgot to take my files or maybe my laptop and local system, and then I thought how to access those files. So it's tough for me, like how to access those files. Or suppose if I have to take files along with me, then only option is to take all those files into the pen drive, and and suppose you are going to some other location, then again you have to copy that data to other system at that location, and then only you can access those files. So instead of this, if we see that cloud computing is helpful here, how we don't require any pen drive, only net is required, internet is required. You can store your data in Google Drive or Azure storage, anywhere you can keep your data, and you can access that files or any type of data through phone or maybe through other devices, right? So only requirement is that you need to have only internet, nothing else, and your data would be completely safe, secured on cloud, right? So cloud computing, if we see common examples of computing is Google Drive, OneDrive, Facebook, Amazon Web Service, and Azure, etc. So these are common examples of cloud computing. And if we relate cloud computing with real scenario, like it's similar to electricity supply. So we are getting electricity supply in our places, right? So you can see that the electricity, how much we are using, only we are paying for that, nothing extra. Somebody else is managing that service who is providing electricity supply, and we are just paying for the resources we are using, Similarly, in cloud computing, we are just paying for the resources which we are using and we are accessing through internet. We are not managing all the services. And reliability, backup, performance, maintenance is not our tension. It's entire management will be taken care by the cloud computing service providers who are providing services. So this is overall how cloud computing helps. Now suppose I have to host one site, right? One website. So what I need to take care, instead of taking some server or hosting it on some server, what I need to do, it's very simple. I have to just take services from the cloud, and I need to just host my website. So my entire if you see, that entire focus would be on doing implementation and hosting, and I need not to take care of any space, any server, or any other thing. Just I need only internet, high speed internet. Rest all is headache of cloud computing provider. So and also there would not be any extra cost. If you see that it's very easy, because no extra cost would be there. Whatever services will be using, only that cost I have to pay. And if I talk about server, then in server, cloud service provider has to have some storage. On servers, they need to have operating system, storage. Then they need to have some routers and all those stuff they set up in their data center. So if I go by a simple definition for cloud computing, means cloud computing is use of remote servers. Means servers which are located somewhere else on the internet, we can access them to store, manage, and process data instead of using local servers. And also it enables on-demand services. Whatever services we require, it provides those services based on the cost, based on the services which we requested, like compute, storage, networking, all these services it provide, and we can access those services through the internet, and there is no such local thing required here. User is not required to manage anything. Cloud service provider will manage all the stuff. And if we talk about major features, so it provides complete flexibility, complete security. Flexibility means like anytime it's a scalable. Anytime you can increase your resources, you can reduce resources based on your business, and you have to pay cost for your usage only, not more than that. And if suppose you have to set up your organization or your small company, then on infra you have to spend lot much money. Investment would be high in that case. But if you are using cloud computing, cost would be less. So cost reduction is there, and high performance will be provided here by cloud computing. And if suppose you are setting up your own company, own servers, in that case setting up high performance is such a challenge in that case. And also cloud computing provides always available servers. Sorry, always available servers. There is complete business agility, mobility is there, you can access servers remotely. So all those features provided by cloud computing. So now cloud computing is there. Now we need to understand what all deployment models are there, and which deployment model is right for us. Based on our requirement, we can use, as per requirements, we can use deployment model. So there are four types of deployment models: public, private, hybrid, and community. So before going to deployment model, let's first understand what is data center. So data center is a space where multiple servers can be there, and it store and share applications and data. And if you see that data center is having servers, switches, storage systems, servers, routers, security perspective devices. So all those things, it's maintained by the cloud service provider. They have multiple data centers and providing data center based on the user's need. So now let's go one by one into different deployment models and try to understand, relate it with the real life. Like for example, if I talk about public cloud. So what is public cloud? So let's take one example. Suppose a person is having some transferable job. After every 6 months, he has to go from one city to other city. And suppose in that case, he cannot purchase his own house. Suppose he is going to some other city, then what he would prefer? He would prefer some house, some fully furnished house, right? And then he want that he is the only person who will be living there. So he can take that house in shared mode, like two three boys can stay there, and they can have their separate rooms. So in that case, it would be in shared mode. This is called as public cloud. Public cloud means like one data center which is shared by multiple I would say people or maybe multiple organizations, right? But it does not mean their data is not secured. It does not mean if all the three boys are staying in different rooms, but they are having security, they are having locking system, everything is there, they cannot access data or access things of other person, right? So security is there. If I talk about private cloud means like suppose instead of one person, now a complete family wants to, complete family has to transfer from one city to other city. Now what they would prefer, they want to have their they want to take fully furnished house on rent, and they want to take all the three rooms one family, right? So this is called as private, means they are taking complete house as on rent, and they don't want to share with other. Similarly, for private cloud means if I talk about in cloud computing model, so one organization will be using one data center entirely. There is no sharing mode, and in that case, it's more secured. Why? Because complete data and complete house is they are owning. Similarly, complete organization is having one data center wherein they are using storage services, everything they are using, and it's more secure. But again, it would be costlier than public cloud. Similarly, if I go for hybrid cloud is just like a mixture of public, private, and all. um, let's take example in simple real life, like now suppose this family is living in a three-room rented house, and now somehow now from three family members, now they are only one person is there, and rest two family members gone to some other place for 2-3 months, right, for some time. Now he want that why do I waste my money, so he said that let me give these two rooms to somebody else who will be using, or one room somebody else. So in that case it would be combination of public and private, right? So such type of cloud is called as hybrid cloud, right? Wherein suppose one organization is having some very crucial data, right? Very important data, very secure data. So they will be keeping that on private cloud, and some like hosting they want to use as a public cloud, like so that other people, other organization can also use that data center. So that is a combination of public and private. If I go for community cloud means like let's take example in real life, then we come to the deployment model. In real life, if you see that suppose there is one organization and we are in say 10-12 people are just coming in shifts, and they need one room or one house wherein they want to take rest, right? And whenever one person shift closes, just he takes off, then he can go there and take rest, and after that he can come again after some time. Similarly, then other person and third person. So that space is just like a common space which is used by multiple people, and multiple people, right? They are using in shared mode as well. So similarly, if suppose multiple organizations are having similar kind of thing or similar kind of application they want to host somewhere which can be used in the shared mode, they can have one community cloud wherein they can host their application, or maybe their tool or something they want to use in shared mode. Multiple organization want to use in shared mode, and rest their data they want to keep in private cloud, right? So that shared mode usage which they are doing, that would be helpful for them to improve their cost or maybe to reduce their cost because they are using in shared mode, right? So this type of scenario is coming for community cloud. So let's go in more detail to understand each and every deployment model with some diagram, and then we'll see like what are the advantages or disadvantages and different deployment models. So let's see what is public cloud in detail. So if you see public cloud means like assume there is one data center, and that data center is in some other location, maybe US or maybe some other location. So in data center, this data center is publicly available, means whatever data, suppose I want to host some data, then I can use that public cloud, or some organization has to host a data and they want to use public cloud, so they can also use public cloud. So public cloud means there is data center which is in shared mode used by the multiple people or multiple organizations, right? And we can say that it's less secure than private cloud, but it does not mean that their data is used by other people. This data is having proper security and data is isolated. Public cloud is cheaper than private cloud, and also it this is available for others. It's not private somewhere. So if your data is very critical and you cannot use public cloud, then in that case you should use private cloud. So if we look into this diagram, so you can see that here are two companies which are using this data center, and this is cloud providers data center, and the public users can also use that, and you all are accessing through the internet. And on cloud providers data center, it's application server, platform server, scalable hardware, servers, computing services, storage services, all are there in the data center. And general public can use this public cloud, and hosting is done by the cloud service providers. Its benefits, if you go by benefits, its benefits are minimal investment. It's of less cost, no hardware setup required, no infrastructure management required for the users. And limitation is data security and data privacy is concern. If we talk about, if we compare with the private cloud, then it's less secured, less private than private cloud. Reliability is a issue in this case, and there is no services or licensing kind of thing they are providing for security purposes, so those limitations are there in public cloud. So if we go by private cloud, so private cloud means wherein one data center is given completely to one organization. They are using complete resources of this data center. So those resources are allocated for this organization only. That's why this is costly. And also sometimes if you see that uh, we can compare like this as well. Like public cloud means we can say that like taxi service, like cab service, right? So if you are using cab service in shared mode, you are taking that is just like a public cloud. Private cloud means you are sharing cab service. You are not sharing cab service, you have taken Ola cab service or something, and you are just using that only for self. Nobody else is sharing that. That is kind of private cloud. It would be costly in that case, right? So but what will happen in that case, if you look into this diagram, owners data center means who the organization which is using this data center, only that will be owning, and there would be complete boundary perimeter for this organization. There would be complete access provided to this organization. If new or third party user comes, so there would be complete access control. Public users cannot access it, their access would be completely blocked, right? So it's complete firewall authentication would be there, right? And if we see the benefits, like data privacy is there, security is there, it supports legacy systems as well. And if we talk about limitations, so its cost is more than public cloud. Scalability is fixed scalability. Reason is that complete data center is owned by organization. So whatever data center is providing, that is used by that organization can use, or sometimes they don't require all those things, all those resources, but still they have to pay in that case. And high maintenance is there. So this is generally used by the organization where data is very crucial, very critical data is there, and also they need to take care of the security, and uh, security and privacy is the major concern for them. So if we move for the hybrid cloud is used wherein suppose there are mixed kind of data, like there some data is critical and some data they can use in shared data set as well. So in that case, organization can use hybrid cloud. So if you see, if their data is critical, they can keep that in private cloud, right? So private cloud is there wherein they are hosting core application, and public cloud is there wherein they are not having that critical data or that security required for that data. And in that case, public cloud they can use. And also public cloud hosting for sensitive data as well. So they can use multiple clouds integration in hybrid cloud. And also there is traditional system which is called as on-prem system, which is non-cloud system as well. So it's a combination of all, and that integration is taken care by the hybrid cloud integration. and it's all entirely, if you see, that access control is there for all the users. And if we talk about benefits, it's cost effective, like whatever is secured, that thing is kept in private cloud, and rest of the things can be hosted in public cloud. So if security is there, flexibility is there. And if we talk about limitation, so this is little bit complex than other clouds, because integration is complex, because we are maintaining multiple clouds and doing integration with all the clouds. And this is used for the special use cases wherein some secure data, some maybe critical data, and rest of the thing can be shared. So that kind of complexity is there. So some few organizations take such kind of cloud hosting for based on their need. Next, coming to community cloud. So community cloud, so service provider provide this community cloud whenever there is collaboration required between the two three organizations. Like for example, two three organizations want to use one common space for hosting one particular application which is common for all. And that could say some common projects they want to use in between the organizations, and common data center they can use in that case. Like one application hosting they have done which is used by multiple organization, and those that hosting is done on one data center, and their data is separately maintained, because they don't want to share the data, so that is separately maintained in say private cloud. So in that case, collaboration mode means some space which they have taken in collaboration to other organizations. So that kind of setup is very cost effective. And security perspective, whatever is the secure thing required, that they keep in private cloud. And wherever they can use in shared mode, that hosting can be done in the community cloud. So in that case, if you see as per this diagram, right, organization 1, organization 2, and organization 3, they are sharing policies and protocols, and complete storage is having all the access rights. If user is trying to access some data, there is a complete security perspective, that access control is there. And and there are servers which are managing the access. And also, if you see the benefits, it's smaller investment for the organization, because they are sharing some stuff in between the organizations. So benefits are there. But if we talk about limitations, so resources are shared, and if we see that this is not much popular, not we can't say that multiple organizations are using this type of cloud system, no. So it's not that popular. Organization majorly use either public, private, or hybrid kind of cloud. So hope all these four kinds of deployment models are clear. So today we have covered what is cloud computing, and then what all four types of deployment models are there. As per the need, we can use different deployment models, and also different kinds of benefits and limitations are there with the deployment models. Hope this video is helpful for all of you. Thank you for watching this video.